This is our domestic violence shelter here in Cobb County. It's the only one in Cobb County with a population of almost 750,000 people. It is in a non-disclosed location for security reasons and confidentiality reasons for our clients. They can stay here for up to 90 days, and we can house up to 32 women and children. And during that time, we're trying to assess where they are financially, with employment, if they need counseling. They work with a case manager to set goals during that time while they're here. And then what are they going to do when they leave? Do they have enough financial resources to be on their own? Do they have family and friends that they can go stay with? And so all of that's being assessed during the 90 days time frame that they're here. Well, here is our kitchen area for the shelter, and we could have 10 or 12 women in here at a time trying to cook because they're living here right now.
They prepare dinner in here every night as kind of in that family atmosphere of trying to dine together.
Right, and so as you can see, there's just not a lot of space for that many people to be in here, and then if you've got children running around as well. So in the new construction, all of this area into where we showed the dining room before will be all kitchen space, and so there'll be a large kitchen, and even families would almost be able to do a meal together because there'll be 2 or 3 stove tops and work areas. Here we are in one of the rooms. As you can see, there's a bunk bed and a single bed, so we could have a mom with 2 children, or we could have 3 single women in here staying. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of room for them to put anything.
Chest, the hanging rack, and a shelf is all that the storage space for possibly 3 females in this one room.
This is not the way to heal. As you can see, there's no privacy at all. I mean, it's so small and so cramped. How could anybody come here and heal? And while they may be safe because they're no longer with their abuser, we need to have an environment that allows them to get rest and to heal. And that's what we're trying to accomplish by renovating this shelter. Here we are in the living room area. We have 1 television, a couple couches, 1 computer, and here again, this is the area that they'll pretty much gather to watch TV, trying to watch a movie, perhaps with their children. So you can imagine if you have 10 families that are trying to decide what they're going to watch for TV in this small area. So that can cause issues unto itself. Because these women are trying to gain control and their lives back, and sometimes they might not do that in the most productive manner, and this is a way that can cause some of that conflict by having such a small area where everybody's trying to interact and have some entertainment.
We are now in the ladies' restroom. This restroom is the restroom for the entire facility, so it could be up for 32 women, children. To me, women are coming in this facility to recapture their lives and their sense of family, and it's all about our community and our family. And this is an extension of family, and I would not let my family enter this restroom. This is a disgrace. It's set up more like a dorm, which I think you ought to be in a dorm, but this and trying to reestablish your life, we've just got to do better than this for the people and the women in our community.
Here we are in the what we call the play area, study area for the shelter, predominantly for the children. You can see there's some toys, there's a TV, there's some desks for them to study, but here again, we could have 15, 16 children at one time.
Every age, from 1 year to 16-year-olds, trying to interact in this room and trying to watch one TV, or kids trying to study. So you can imagine the chaos, once again, of not having enough room for everyone to try and heal and put their lives back together. We're in the new shelter.
We're going to have a teen room, a younger children's room. We're also going to have a couple study rooms and a room with 4 computers in it so that they can do homework, study, and so it'll just trying to give them as much sense of normalcy as possible. You're still in a shelter, but we need to make it as conducive to what your living environment would be if you were at home, and so that's what we're trying to do during this renovation process. Ultimately, it really does come down to the children. We are protecting the mothers, and I always say if we can't protect the mothers, we can't protect the children, but it does come down to them. And the statistics show, especially young boys who grow up in a domestic violence environment are 40 to 50% more likely to become abusers themselves. So when they come into the shelter, we need to provide them as many things as we can to help them to heal, to be safe, and to break the cycle and have some sense of normalcy while they're in the shelter. So that's why we're looking at having a teen room, a room for the younger children, a couple study rooms, a room with computers in it, so that while they're here, we're making that environment as much of a home as you can within a shelter environment.
The reason this shelter is so important to this community is that these women need a safe place to come, a place to heal, a place to grow whole again. And in this environment, I personally don't think that is possible. I think in the facility that we're trying to renovate, that those things are all going to be possible for these ladies to walk in here with their families and try and grow whole and go back out in the world and lead the kind of family life they envision.